Okay, so something different today. I've just bought this car. It's a Project 4X made by Serpent, and well, it has a really weird uh, suspension system. As you can see, there is a damper like right here, but there's no damper on any of the parts. I also have this X-ray here, so you can like see a contrast. This is like a normal touring car works. You have your standard anti-roll bar here. You have your shocks and dampers here, and if you like push one up, one arm up, it just does like so, and the anti-roll bar turns with it, so it prevents it from like wobbling in corners, and it's the same at the rear. So this car has a very different system. As I said, there is no damper on each axle. There's only one damper here, but there's actually two dampers, and I can show you that on the side that I'm not working on right now. This is the rear. As you can see, it's basically the same as in the front. There's even the same C-hubs here. Because this car has an ASR system, which basically means if it goes in a corner, it can change its toe in on the side depending on what setting you have here with the shims under here. So the way it works is you have two dampers. You have this one, which you can see is right here. This is the so-called heave damper, and it basically acts as the same as the anti-roll bar in the X-ray. So when I push up one side of the car, of the arms, you can see the heave damper is moving to one side. Same goes with the other one. So the way this works is, I'm going to turn the car around again. You can see there is a connection of the arm right here. And if I pull this up, you can see this lever turns, and it goes under here. So what happens is you lift up the arm, the lever, which is like under here right now, pulls this pulls this turnbuckle right here. So if you push it up, it pushes back the damper on the bottom, but it also pushes back this one. And that's what confused me at first, because I understand what this was, but I didn't understand how the hell are they doing this. And it only gets obvious if you open it up, which is really easy, which surprised me a lot. This car is fun to work on. It's difficult, but it's fun. So you open this screw. If I can get it out, there you go. And you open this screw. There's a little bit of pressure on this plate, so sometimes they're a little hard to get out. At least since I'm doing this one-handed. Okay. So now all you have to do is push it a little forward, and then you can just slide it out. So this is the heave damper again. And as you can see, there's a clamp down here, this one. And the heave damper has a ball bearing down here, which is held down by a clip. This is a ball bearing, what I'm turning right now. This ball bearing fits right in here. So if you push up on one side, as you can see, the heave damper, the normal damper is also moving, but also this clamp is rotating. This thing is ball beared here, here, and here. So this can turn when I pull both up simultaneously, which is kind of hard to do because I have the phone in my hand. As you can see, this entire thing rotates because it's ball beared here. And if I only push one, it rotates a little bit, but mostly it's a side motion of this clamp. So when this is in here, in the clamp, let me put it back. If this is in here, what happens is the clamp rotates like this, as you saw, and the heave damper is moved to each side. So this handles, and this is the amazing part about this, this car has a damper for the roll motion of the car, and it has a damper for the up-down motion of the car. And you can set them separately. So what I can do is, if I have a really bumpy track, like our track, for example, is really bumpy, as you can see from the downside of this car, the bottom side of this car, it's already pretty done. It's only like an hour run or something. So what I can do is I can set it to go over bumps really softly. So I have a soft up and down damper, but I can set the heave damper right here to be super hard. So I don't have any rolling motion, but I still have a really soft car. And combined with the super hard setting, like this chassis is insanely stable. Like I can, if I try to twist it, it doesn't work. I can do that with the X-Ray. You can set the X-Ray up to be stiffer, but not this stiff. So combined with that, it is insanely stable through corners, even if they're a little bit bumpy. But yeah, this is basically just the explanation of how this system works. I just find it fascinating. So thanks for the attention. Bye.